Welcome out, ladies and gentlemen, to this RGL.GG EU Special Grand Finals Prolander of SDCK versus Feint Gaming. It is going to be definitely a great one here, as SDCK has not lost a game all season, but the one game that they were highly contested in, the only game that they dropped a single round in, they actually dropped 3 of the possible 4, was an incredibly tight game, was against Feint Gaming, who they're going up against tonight. Feint Gaming has been looking pretty strong all season long, only having lost the one game against SDCK, though they have dropped a few rounds to other teams. Are they going to be able to pull together to win in this best of 3 matchup, which is going to start out on Upward, go to Viaduct, and if needed, go to Decider map of Cascade? These teams have agreed to play each map in full, so we are going to be seeing everybody put everything on the line here tonight. No shortcomings happening with the map choices. I am SDCK, joined out with CJ to my side, and we moved behind the scenes. How you doing out here, CJ?
I'm very good, thank you. I'm very good. Excited to watch this game because, like you said, I mean, he's so aptly put. These are the 2 best teams, without a doubt, in the league. I mean, we've got the 2 times champions of the first 2 seasons of RGL in Prolander against the undefeated team so far this season. We have got a bunch of players who have just got back from the Copenhagen LAN. We've got Yahoo, who's a LAN champion. We have people who are competing on so many different fronts. I'm really excited to see who's going to win today.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing, as I said, I didn't mention, and it's very curious because it kind of felt was really interesting is I was kind of wondering, like, anybody ever going to be able to contest Feint Gaming? You know, if they won the last 2 seasons, is anybody going to really be able to come into the league and step up to the plate and take them down? And SDCK is really just kind of, in some ways, come out of nowhere because this is their first season inside the league. And I mean, I know a couple of the players, I believe Clark has played prior to this. And so, you know, maybe a couple of the players have some knowledge on this, but it'll be interesting thing to see as we get started out here on Payload. It's going to be Feint Gaming starting out on Blue. One thing that I find really interesting is that, at least in Prolander in Europe, you don't see a lot of class switching. So kind of the classes you see now probably will be it. Maybe you'll see middle switch off of Spy, but actually no, yeah, so he's back onto Scout there for the cart. So there's no Spy, no Engineer here for the offense, and for the defense, there is going to be no Heavy and no Soldier for the defense here for SDCK.
Yeah, I mean, Credu is very, very, probably the best DM Scout around, potentially, at the moment. So him playing Scout is almost a given, whereas Mezzo is rated as one of the best spies in Europe. So those 2, expecting to see them on those classes. And there we go, Mezzo getting a quick kill onto Nabi there, just to make sure his team's getting on some space, and also takes down Poker on the Heavy. So, you know, Mezzo is just standing on that rock. He's just going to be telling his team what's going on, giving him some info, and yeah, we got Jackie Lex playing the demo. He's more well known as a soldier, maybe, but in comes Nubby with a big bomb, but can't really get too close to this. Credu just denying those jumpers, just hitting those shots. And Feint here, I mean, they're getting a cart time, but they're not really getting close to Sprayer at all.
Yeah, and they're not able to get that force off. Though it's not the end of the world, as we see the sniper picking up one more on the D-Clocks. The Heavy's very, very close to his corner, but he's been spotted. He's going to go down pretty easily there after Jackie Lex spams him down. And so with this, Proki actually takes down the enemy sniper here, and so they're going to charge in with the supercharge. The Pyro is going to get dropped here just prior to the Uber, but we'll see what Credu can do, as it's going to be chasing back onto the car. He's getting pushed around, and looks like they're just going to give up this point as they lost basically everybody. And oh no, but the Pyro jetpack, the medic getting pushed off the cliff. Oh my goodness, that's 3 down. They take control of Cliff. The sniper is going to bring off 1 headshot. The cart's going to go down, but what a play coming out from Feint Gaming to try to take that forward ground.
Wow, that's heartbreaking. You know, as a medic, you know you want to get out and make sure everything's okay. Nubby's actually behind enemy lines there. He's actually all the way on 3rd, but he's getting juggled around by Yahoo, just denying any sort of pressure onto the medic. But I mean, Layla did go down there. Layla did go down. She got backstabbed by Mezzo. So that was sort of the one silver lining in that cloud from SDCK there. The first point has gone down, but it is pretty much equal Ubers here. Clark trying to get that sentry up, and I think they may be able to stabilize here, but Jackie Lex has gone down to Poker. So I do think Feint Gaming are going to take this second point essentially for free here. Mezzo is behind, but there's nothing he can do when you've got 6 players on the cart. And I think SDCK just going to have to rebuild here and settle themselves onto this 3rd point. And just kind of, you know, just reset here. 2 minutes 20. That's fairly fast. But as we all know, 3rd and 4th point is where you're going to get the majority of your time.
we can see Jackie Legs setting up a nice sticky trap on the upper side. Probably won't catch anybody, maybe the heavy, not too much besides that. The Spy, Mezzo currently behind on a Dead Ringer, which I just don't think is a good watch in this situation. Like maybe Koth, it's a little bit more viable, but in this, like he's just doing absolutely nothing. But as I say that, he does get a kill onto the heavy before he trades out his life. Curious if he switches out. The Soldier being pushed all the way back. Beautiful surf, but it's not going to be enough as Jackie Legs is going to be able to get a sticky underneath of his feet. 2 minutes, he said 2 minutes 20 for the first 2 points. That's blazing fast, and this first hill is going to be captured, potentially for free. The Scout as well as the Deadman are trying to contest it, and oh no, the Scout ran off the car right as it was out at the top of the hill. He might have been able to suicide to secure it, but they're going to do this, and here we go. Huge bomb, and God, what a surf out of this Soldier. He's going to go down. I don't think I've ever seen that surf before. That is incredibly strong surf, kind of going off that ramp, going behind, but the cart does get up that first path just out of SDCK's playing so passive here.
Yeah, they have the sentry up, and the Uber's come out here, out of Feint, and it's not really done anything whatsoever. Looking at Poker, he's hiding underneath the platform. I'm not sure if they're aware that he's there, and he's actually getting some decent damage down. Crowley's gone down there, but Layla gets backstabbed by Mezzo. He bided his time and eventually got the big prize that he wanted. Joe and Proki on the cart now. Sniper and Demo, two of the biggest and most powerful classes in the game, and nice pipes from Joe is actually going to force Jackie Legs back, but Mezzo will take down Proki, and I think this cart is just going to stutter a bit now. SDCK in control, Uber advantage, all of their players up. Again, they can just stabilize here. Mezzo's going to go for Joe. Actually gets him caught in this shithouse there, and Yahoo is going to be the one to finish him off. So Feint Gaming, just like you said, they're slowly but surely getting that cart up those difficult ramps where it can roll back. It's up to SDCK to make sure that they get that cart pressure as well as controlling this slope.
They're doing a good job of it. They're starting to play a little bit more forward. You can see the Scout kind of pushing onto that heavy up there, opting to back out, make sure he keeps himself up comfortably there as the SDCK Sniper is ringing out one more headshot, as he has a sniper advantage right now for a few more moments until Incredu coming in there, taking down Joe. He does trade out his life. The cart's going to stop him being rolled backwards, but here comes in the Spy onto Layla. Layla is so low, but she's going to be able to survive with 61 HP. The cart's being pushed up. Now with the Pyro, there's nobody to contest it, just the Deadman with shooting stickies. But the Pyro alone's going to get this as the Ubercharge is going to come out. The red Pyro's going to come out. He's going to use it to defend the cart, pushes the enemy Pyro down there to slow down that push. Blue Soldier in onto the Engineer, but he gets blasted back. Oh my goodness. And they're trying to sustain this push, but I don't know if they can do it, CJ.
No, Feint can't do it, and there we go. Layla Dye goes down again. Clark on a 6-kill streak with that Wrangler. There was a couple of little cliff deaths there. Vclox was trying to push the car. Yahoo took maybe 20-30% of that Uber just to make a beeline towards that car. Just a little puff, push Vclox to the abyss, and then it was Clark who just wrangled Nubby totally off of the arena there. And it just looks at the moment another push there, another Uber trade, another push. They've managed to get the car up one more ramp, but that's not really enough. They're not really doing very much in these Uber trades. They're getting some ground, but again, once the Ubers are all over, SDCK has a little smidgen of a better Uber, and they're pressuring.
Look at the cart, though.
Pressure up, but yeah, now they're so passive. There's so much cart time. This might be capped for free here.
Unbelievable right there. The Scout took it up the entire third ramp, and actually the Pyro should be able to contest this. This is going to force SDCK back, and they got it. The Pyro got it. They popped Uber trying to defend it, I think, unless the medic was scared there, but this is going to give a sizable Uber advantage here to the offense in the final point. The level 3 Cinch Gun is still forward here, but finally will go down. The Doman, though, way behind enemy lines. He's going to finally get taken out there, but Feint Gaming sitting at about an 80% Uber advantage. The cart's rolling in onto this final point, but this is why you cannot play passive. You need to have players who are dedicated to just run at the cart to try to defend it, and just the disappointment out of SDCK giving that up so easily. 6 minutes and 9 seconds, so they did milk 4 minutes off the clock from that point alone, so they're not sitting at a bad time, but we'll see if Feint Gaming can get one good push in here and just take it on the first go.
They have the big advantage here. Layla is at 100%, and she has 50% add over Sprayer here, and they're just pushing up here. Sprayer still at 150 HP. He's going to back off with Jackie Legs. Yahoo trades his life in order to make sure that his medic gets out alive. And Mezzo, somehow, despite being caught by the flames, gets the backstab onto Joe. I don't know how that happened, but Demo down now. That's going to be very difficult for them to get any pressure on this sentry Clark has a level 1. He's wrangled it onto the cart, but Vclox is there. He's actually getting so much cap time. Poker's going to come in very late and actually forces Yahoo into the pit just by the power of those bullets. Proki is in a good position. Is actually sniping from the high ground. Takes down Clark. I think Fate may be able to strong arm this, but no, the Uber comes in. Jackie Legs is going to take all of that Uber. He's just going to try and clear out the top ground here. Nice pipe onto Nubby. Is going to take him down. He's down to about 12 HP, but I think at this moment, Sigafur, it's all about eking just as many seconds as you can on the time.
They're going to try. Oh, they got the scuffed at the last second, but the pyro should be enough. And they did, as you said, got a few more seconds off the clock there. We'll see if that helps them out. 7 minutes and 47 seconds. It's about an average time in the terms of Prolander. Definitely not too bad. But, you know, SDCK definitely could have gotten maybe a minute or two longer, honestly, if they just defended the third point a little bit better, not gave up so much free cap time. And I think that's one of the things is that they weren't running a soldier on defense, and that's one of the things that kind of works against you is that, you know, that's typically where your soldier plays on the third point. His job is defending the cart. You run a black box, you sit on balcony, and you just harass anybody who comes towards the cart. And so SDCK opting to not run a soldier on defense maybe hurt them a little bit in not being able to get a little bit more time off the clock because they weren't able to get more pressure onto the cart. But you know, now we're being switched over here on sides. We'll see what they're going to do. It looks like on defense, they are not running a spy or a scout. And then on offense, they are not running a, what is that?
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
Yeah, so Clark's moved over to demo, and now Jackie is playing his main, which is soldier. So Clark was playing NG on the defense, and now he's playing demo, which he has done in the most recent Highlander Premiership season. So he's, you know, is a very, very adept demo, whereas Jackie is one of the best soldiers in Europe. So I'm expecting some pretty power plays here, but middle was starting on NG there, Sigafu, but now it's gone back to scout, so there's no NG on this defense, which for me is a massive surprise.
Yeah, it's one of those things we've seen some teams try to do it instead of Prolander in North America, but it's, especially on the first point, I think that Engineer is so useful just because every death you take, especially like Proki, he's currently down, the Spy's going to camp him, he's going to have to run back through the Spy, or he's going to have to run back, take 10 seconds off the clock just to get back to the front line. That teleporter, even more than the Sentry Gun is, the Ubers do get used out at the front lines here. They're going to try to use this, the fact that Proki's not at the front lines as well as the Soldier is still further back. It's better for the red, but it finally does die out. The Heavy's going to go down here, but they're in just an awkward position. Here comes in the Spy plate. He does get spotted out, but the Devilman, Clark doing a good job pushing forward, takes down one, gets a pipe onto the Soldier, forcing him to back up. Another pipe onto the Demo Man. And they should be able to come down at this point as Clark, ooh, he gets traded out there. But it looks like they're safely going to take this with only 3 players left on Feint Gaming.
Yeah, Kazarok there with the snipe just at the last second. Clark did all of the work there. He did like 95% of the work, just getting so much damage down, hitting those pipes against Joe, who is such an experienced demo, but Clark was just schooling him for a second there, and then Kazarok just comes in and goes bam, headshot straight onto Layla. She's just respawning now, but Spray is already at 70%, and it's taken them less than a minute to actually get control of the first point and already be pressuring on second. There's so much damage down going on here. Vclock's down to about half HP. Clark has gone down, and actually Dope picks up 2, takes down Credu as well. So maybe a chance for Feint to stabilize here. Nubby trying to get aggressive, and I think this is what SDCK was maybe missing on the second point when they had a disad, was getting that aggression out of Sigafur, and it's actually forced the Uber.
Yeah, it's done a really good job here as they continue to push the cart out. The Heavy's going to get traded out. The Scout behind. Middle will take down one before he ultimately dies out, but the defense is coming up here. The Spy whiffs his backstab, but because the defense does not control the hill area, that makes it really hard to re-engage back out here. The Soldier, he's going to try to defend this on the defense, but it's not going to be enough. And looks like, once again, Feint Gaming is going to opt to just have a try to set up on the back. They do have 100% ready to go if they want to try to use it. It looks like they are going to do it, but it's not going to be fast enough. The mech's going to run up to the cart, but it gets captured. And, oh, this is not looking good for them, as at least they did take down SDCK's medics, so that'll at least not give them an Uber advantage for this third point.
Looking at Clark, launches himself in there, but Kazarok takes on pickup. I just don't agree with that play. Save the Uber for third, surely. Just get yourself set up. But what they did, they traded an Uber, they traded their demo, and I think their sniper, and then Nubby got behind, and he's not really doing much. There you go, gets taken down by Credi rather easily, and at the moment, they're just bleeding players here. Kazarok is just popping off, takes down middle this time, so they're just losing players who maybe aren't part of the combo, but they've lost their entire flank, and those are the players who are going to be he tried to contest the cart here, and there's no contestation whatsoever. SDCK have control of the cart. They've got their players in positions to do the damage. Poker is so weak, is going to get finished off there, and at the moment, SDCK have got plenty of time to make this push.
Yeah, it looks like they finally got their players up. They have a Pyro who could run at the cart to try to go for some sort of play. Just the Scout Engineer here, they're going to use an Uber charge to defend this against 2 players. What are they thinking right there? That was, you just push with 6 players forward, you're going to be able to defend that cart. The sniper wasn't even alive right there, so you didn't have to worry about, you know, players going down, and using that Uber now is giving a 70% advantage here to the offense. They're going to go for a partial forward hold. It looks like, no, they're going to just back up here, but that forward hold can be viable inside of Prolander, as the Devilman just respawns right now, but the Scout once again on the cart. Nobody's contesting him. The sniper doesn't even realize how close the enemy team is. And it looks like we're going to see an Uber push here coming out shortly from SDCK.
Oh, Joe actually going through Sheer House and getting a lot of damage down onto the cart. Forces the Uber, but he may die because of this. Jackie Lex is trying to kill him, but he's on the direct hit, and gets popped out in midair there by Proki. He's on a 5 kill streak, so this may not have been as simple as what it first seemed there. The Uber came in, and they just kind of didn't get any ground. And interesting play, and Feint are going to get their respawns now, so they do have the advantage on the defense, but SDCK looking want to do a bit of a dry push here. Credu on the cart, just getting that cart time, and Clark trying to spam the people away. The conch is going to come, and the Uber's actually forced again. They're using this Uber Siegfried to block the cart. Like you said, do you really need to do that? Spray is one of the safest medics around in Highlander. You know that if you're going to Uber onto him, you need to do something extremely special to catch him out, and they land a sticky on him, but I think he's going to be pretty safe. And Joe actually goes down there. Nubby's going to jump in, but he's going to be basically feeding as well. Look at Poker. Look how far forward they are.
They're gonna feed here. If they're gonna, what are they doing? Trying to hold second, hold inside of the choke point, hold inside the house. You're gonna have a much better chance of doing this. And now there might be, the heavy might get caught in here, as they were so far forward. They opt not even to try to hold the house. They're gonna go all the way back here. The cart's rolling back as the soldier's gonna jump on top of it. But here comes out the Uber charge. The advantage is up because they misused the Uber early on. The Pyro's chasing down the heavy, going all the way. And Feint Gaming are back onto the final point. The 3rd point's gonna go down. But if they simply just did not use their Uber to defend the cart against a couple people, as it continued, Yahoo on the back lines picking up more and more on a 4K right now, going for another onto the soldier. He gets it. The mech's gonna go down as well. Absolute collapse from Feint as everybody goes down. That's a wipe in the favor of SDCK. As can they hold on here? The Devilman's going for the camp on the high side. What can they do? 2 minutes left on the clock.
There's so much time for them to be able to get this cart in here, and it's looking so bad. There is no heals. Look at Jackie Legs. He just launches in. Poker is so weak there. He will take a Sprayer has died here, but is that really the pick you need right now? Everyone else for Feint is just bleeding by the wayside. Feeglogs is going to jump down onto the cart, and actually Middle's trying to get some pressure on. We do see a lot of damage going down on the cart, and Joe with 3 kills may have actually saved this for his team.
Gonna try, but the medic, oh no, the last second effort, oh my goodness, the soldier over the top of the cart was right on the edge, and it's gonna be held on as Proki picks up 2 more. What a defense coming out from Feint Gaming right now. 1:15 left on clock, and somehow, someway, they are holding on to this. I am in disbelief right now.
I'm not a physics major, okay, but I'm pretty sure there was more of the car over the edge there, and that should have toppled in. I don't think I've seen it that close and not just roll in there. And now it's looking very, very good for Feint Gaming. The car may be so close, but they have their players up in defensive positions. Clark's just gone down there. He's back into the respawn queue, so no demo man. And now SDCK have to pull off something special here to try and, you know, they need to get a pick, they need to get some space, but Feint Gaming just looks so comfortable right now. They have a level 2 watching the car. They have Poker on the high ground. Everyone is just controlling the choke points. Kazarok's getting spammed out. Nubby has gone down. Joe may die here. This is the opportunity. They need 30 seconds to go.
And let's see if they can do it. The soldier's up there. It's only 3 players left alive. The engineer, the sniper, and the medic. But I don't know if this is going to be enough. The scout pushing the cart, getting times 2 on the clock. The mech's going to run to the cart. That's going to distract the scout a little bit. That's going to give a chance to scout to run out onto this. But will it be enough? 12 seconds left. The soldier's looking for another miracle play. But no, SDCK will come down. 10 seconds left in the clock. And we mentioned at the last moment in the final game, right, in the last half, that SDCK, those extra few seconds make the difference. And right there, SDCK, the extra 5 to 10 seconds that they bought themselves in their defense just won them this round. But wow, what a defense coming up from Feint Gaming, as it surely looked like they were going to lose there, and they bled another 2 minutes off the clock. Is we are going to be instantly readied up into this next round. Maybe we can check logs here as we are in the countdown.
Yeah, trying to find the logs here. I mean, it was just kind of that roll from third to last that it looked like SDCK had done it, right? Like Yahoo picking up, 5 kills or something like that? It's actually Kazarok top fragging with 22 and Yahoo just behind on the 19 there. But I mean, I don't know. Nobody really stood out for me there, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was more the kind of the coordination from SDCK in that third push, and this sort of clutch individual play coming out from players like from Joe and Vclox, just blocking the cart on last.
Well, the interesting thing is that SDCK has 10,000 more damage, 13 more kills, and that game was that close. Like, that's pretty crazy. When you have 10,000 more damage and you only win by 10 seconds, you know, something's going wrong there, and I think Feint Gaming did a really good job on their offense. Like, they pretty much rolled besides the third point, they rolled each point very, very quickly, whereas SDCK was kind of getting held up a little bit each way, but I know, I'm very curious. As I said, there's no real standouts here besides Kazarok, but we'll see what they're going to do as Feint Gaming now on defense. They're going to be setting the defensive time right now, and we'll see what they can do. About 740, 750, what we saw last round, as Poker's going to get taken out here very early. Here comes with the Pyro Jetpack onto the combo, and that is going to get the Force. That's exactly what they wanted.
Yeah, they get the Force. There's a Pyro Jetpack. Just so much space being created by some players, and the Sniper taking the ground, like using that ground to get stuff done. And Kazarok opening up with the snipes really does help. They're getting the car pushed up, but you see the aggression coming out of Feint here. They're trying to get an early Force, and they are going to get the Force, but Credo is going to be part of this. We're going to have to try and focus down that Pyro, but Vclox is just going to air blast them away and deny them getting any space. Clark has actually gone down there, and this is all going wrong for SDCK right now. Very weak players on Feint, but they need to be cleaned up, otherwise this push won't be successful, and in the end I think they may be able to hold on to this. But Layla's gone down to Mezzo.
Oh my goodness, that's so close. Great play coming out of the Pyro on the defense there, as they're going to lose. Oh yeah, and Sprayer actually gets taken down there from Proki, so that is going to be at least keeping this Uber about even, as actually this, I just want to point you, the offensive medic died later and is getting up first. That's how respawn waves work, as Layla just getting up now. But, you know, the first point's going to go down that favor, but it's a really nice job there coming out of the Pyro there for the defense. Vclox air blasting the enemy medic. That allowed them to have a chance to set up to defend that first point, but then, of course, Mezzo with the backstab. But here comes in the Scout. Oh my goodness, doing so well, and this Demos man is going to try to follow up onto those frags, as the Spy's going to see Layla, but he's going to get spotted out there pretty quickly. And so this is the first chance we're going to see at a proper second defense, as we can see the red team getting held on, getting set up onto this cliffside.
See, I'm just questioning the positioning here from Feint. They're trying to get this aggressive hold, but there you go. Poker's gone down. 20-second respawn for him now. And during that exchange earlier, both teams dropped 3-4 players, but SDCK, because they're on the attack, their spawns are just so much faster. So now they're back in position. They have control of Hill. They don't have that heavy. There we go. Proki's gone down. So much space for Kazarok. He's just stood on top of the rock. Highest position on this hill. He has so much vision, so much ability to go for whatever he wants right now. And because of them losing those players and not having the position, they have to use the Uber to try and block it here, but it's only Joe. Middle's going to get a flash, trying to get in, but Yahoo's going to push people away. Vclox is going to go down here, and I think Joe is caught in no man's land as well. Someone has to focus that man, and I think it's going to be a second point for SDCK here.
Almost surely. I mean, I think the holding on top of Hill can really be beneficial, but you have to be careful about how aggressive that you get. Once you kind of go over that little, like, the top part of the hill, over the crest, it's really hard to hold on to the other side. They held a little bit more passively. You know, usually you run your medic right on top of the balcony area. Like, you can get a really solid hold up there, but Feint Gaming also ran very quickly. As soon as they lost their heavy, like, they ran away instantly. Like, they didn't even try to hold any ground there. As you can see, Proki getting a headshot, losing the SVS, but still keeping his life because he was overhealed. Poker's going to get taken down as well, and so that's going to stop any kind of forward hold here, as Nubby will go down as well, and this is looking pretty good for SDCK. They have ×2 onto the cart. Actually, ×3, excuse me. Soldier is running Pain Train, and we'll see what Feint Gaming is going to do here. They, again, no engineer here for the defense. We'll see if that's going to work out for them.
I think this is the point where I'd really, really like to see an engineer. Just the ability of it to span the cart and just control that sightline, and it gives something else for you to focus during the Uber, something else to worry about. Whereas right now, SDCK can push it in here with their Uber and only have the combat to really worry about. Joe goes down! Kazarok with the snipe onto the demo, he gets dropped. That is absolutely huge. Jackie Legs and Kazarok are pushing this car. Nobody's contesting it whatsoever. Jackie Legs just pings middle out of existence, just snaps his fingers with that direct hit, and he is gone, and nobody's going to stop them from pushing that car and capping third right now. I take that back, but I say that Credu is going to just clean up some people, and he's going to help push the car in the end. And I think we're able to see them roll onto last SDCK. They're just bleeding too many players, and they're not ready to set up for the next point.
Layla's so lucky, went down to about 1 HP, maybe 2. Almost died there, was able to get out to last. They will have even Uber, but it's just not looking good for them, as you said, and they're actually just going to push forward. They have the Pyro. There's no Pyro to try to defend this. Delman goes down, and oh my gosh, they're bleeding everybody right now. It's a little Pyro v Pyro fight, but with only 2 players left alive here. Here comes in the Heavy, going for a flank play. He does take down Yahoo to pretty low. The Soldier behind gets a nice air shot there, and it's going to try to take down the Devilman as well, who's going down to 18 HP, but Clark is dodging the rockets to be able to keep himself alive, but a wipe going in the favor of SDCK as they're rolling this card forward, but here the respawns are coming up for the defense.
Yeah, they have the respawns in. Vclox is onto the car now. He's just focusing the objective, making sure they don't get that cart in quickly. Right now, they need to get frags. Jackie Legs on the direct hit, needs to hit them directly in order to get some damage. Joe is very, very weak. May be able to finish him off here. He's trying to get the damage down, but he can't, and Vclox is just on car patrol right now, making sure no one gets to the car, and we're seeing almost an exact same thing that happened earlier on, and there we go, Yahoo comes in, the respawn wave comes in and takes down Joe, so no demo, and as we know, that is such an important class to block that cart, and it does mean right now that Feint have to kind of reset themselves up. They have an over advantage, but SDCK, they seem to be better at getting these picks and making them count.
You know, we'll see if they can make this count. Nubby's also been doing a great job on defense. Here comes the Pyro Bomb onto the enemy combo. He's going straight onto the medic. Oh, well, yes, it's the afterburn. The Pyro's not able to do it just enough, so Vclox getting a kill onto Sprayer there, and only 3 players left alive here for the offense, and I think they're going to clean up the rest of them here as the Pyro Yahoo surely should go down. He will. It's just Clark left alive forward, that is, so the rest of the respawns come up. And again, no engineer here for the final point, which I'm actually kind of surprised, because I feel like this is the round, you know, having the level 3 sentry gun really allows your team to be protected, that nobody can push in through main unprotected. But here we go, look at this aggression coming out from Feint Gaming. They're going all the way. This is a very Froyotech style push where they're just getting hyper aggressive, but unlike Froyotech, they're not getting any frags. I see the idea, but the execution just wasn't what they wanted. Yeah,
they're just controlling main here, which is interesting. They don't really want to take the high ground with their demo man or their heals, but middle's gone down there. He's still on scout. Like you said, no engineer. Actually, you know, they had a level 3 up. Middle did manage to get up a sentry to help block the cart for a little bit longer early on, but deciding to stick with a scout for the time being. I'm not sure whether he's just going to flip between the two depending on the situation here, but Sprayer does have the advantage. They're 85%, Layla's about 25% behind. They have lost Clark here, and Middle's now on Spy. I don't know what he's going to be trying to do. Maybe just going against some information, find out where they are, see if you can get a cheeky pick before they push in. The Uber does come in from Sprayer. They're trying to take hold of this high ground. Layla is there. She doesn't have her Uber yet. Credu is going to get them in meat of that Uber, but they're not going to get anything there, SDCK. They're dropping everybody.
And that was a great job coming out of Vclox, stuffing that Uber so handily. They didn't get any foreground like they wanted to there. They really needed to take down Vclox before they did anything else. But it looked like they're trying to kill everybody behind him rather than take down the Pyro, then kill everybody behind him. And with that stuffing, then Feint Gaming was able to kind of collapse. They had everybody set up around it. I think they have 7 players right now inside of Tiles. Literally everybody in Feint Gaming is playing up there right now. As actually the soldier for SDCK is back at the enemy spawn. He's like, oh wait, no, this isn't doing anything because they're all in Tiles right now. And so we're going to see nobody actually go down to try to take an 1v1 against the enemy soldiers. They will go down with the help of the Spy as the scout as well, middle. But Joe got taken down as well. I didn't see what it was from. Looks like it was from Clark a little bit earlier. And so we'll see if SDCK, but it seems to be where they're struggling. They're struggling to get just a good push where they get enough frags to kind of take down who they need to take down to push in the cart.
Yeah, they're not really getting a force onto Layla, and they're not really making their Uber advantages count. So Layla has the Uber right now. She's kind of weak there, has to use the Uber, and this is where they're going to try and chase. And Sprayer has backed off. He is safe and sound right now. He's got Jackie Legs for company. And this time around, SDCK haven't lost very many players. They've actually got some picks there onto Nubby and to Proki. So now they have an Uber advantage. This is where they need to make it count. This is the problem they had before, and this is why they haven't captured just yet. They managed to get 2 already, and they're just flooding the car now. They know if they just get the car in there. Layla's gone down as well. Nubby with the big bomb managed to take down Credit on the car, and actually just totally stopping crispy rockets coming from that man. But is it going to be enough? There's more players alive for SDCK. Proki needs to get a headshot to buy some more time. Gets one onto Clark, but it's not going to be enough. 9:14. That's a very long time in my book. And Feint Gaming with a very strong hold on that last point.
Yeah, really, really strong hold on the last point. SDCK just showing where they struggle there, despite winning that first round. This is looking very good for Feint Gaming to tie up this game and force a golden round. But we'll see what they can do. But, I mean, one of the things I want to point out there is that SDCK, when they were pushing into that final point, one thing that I thought was a little bit unusual is that they had, so they had ×2, ×3 onto the cart, but the Pyro ran forward to get frags. But the Pyro is much more valuable to sit on the objective because pretty much the only way you're going to die on Upward is from spam from explosive classes, and what counters explosive classes? Their projectiles, well, that's a Pyro. So if SDCK, if they lost that push there, I would have put a lot of blame onto Yahoo trying to secure frags rather than trying to defend the objective, trying to defend players, because we saw Nubby come in there, he bombed in, took down 2 players, almost defended the car himself as he took down the medic as well, but if Yahoo was there, that wouldn't have happened. That would have been defended, that car would have been captured instantly. So we'll see if those extra few seconds from Nubby's bomb will make a difference here. 9 minutes and 14 seconds. We'll see what Feint Gaming can do as they now start on offense.
Yeah, we're seeing very, very similar, well, exactly the same sort of lineups as we did before. Clark going back to his main, which is Engineer, and Jackie Legs taking up the mantle of playing Demo Man on the defense. And Suicides have come in here, not really touching anybody. Credit goes down, but Mezzo there is actually on the heavy. So no spy this time coming from Mezzo on the defense. He's on heavy. So maybe they're just feeling, we want to go for a little bit more of a tanky thing here. Just, put the heals on these beefy classes, make sure that we get the frags that way, and hope that Kazarok manages to get the picks. But Clark goes down to Joe. Joe with the bomb there just at the right time as Clark had those mini crits on him due to the Rescue Ranger. And there we go. Maybe that's going to be the pick with the Uber advantage now, as Sprayer did use. This is the opportunity to Feint to just roll this forward.
We'll see if they can do just that. Kazarok is doing a good job killing players onto the cart as he picks up one more, taking down Poker, trying to push forward, but here comes out the Uber charge. They don't have anything to defend this with. They're going to back up, but are they going to try to re-collapse back out onto the cart here? But the Pyro come in with a big flank play, using that jetpack to go behind, taking down the medic. Sprayer, they're ultimately going to go down from a body shot. I didn't even see the angle that he died from, but he did. And so Sprayer going down, the teleport is bringing that heavy closer to that first point. He's going to get traded out here, buying just his team a few extra seconds, as we saw Credu trying to go for a play onto the medic there, but not able to secure this. I'm kind of curious if SDCK, they're going to try to defend the hill here, as their medic is just getting back up right now, but they're already starting to back up. It doesn't seem like either team has really tried to go for a hill defend, but they're opting to back up and play this a little bit more passively.
Layla goes down. Layla goes down to Jackie Legs Stickies, and that may be the opportunity. Nubby's going to go in for a bomb here. He goes for Kazarok instead of the medic, and Vclox is going to fly in. So many people are dying here for Feint. Is Sprayer going to survive? He's down to about 40 HP, but he runs back into the resup locker, manages to refill his health. It's just middle on the cart now, and he's just going to get swamped there by 2. Proki has a bit of an angle here, but I think Credu is all too aware. Well, maybe he's not. Maybe Proki is being a little bit of a ninja here. Backs off, just tries to stay alive. But that was a huge kill from Jackie Legs there, taking down Layla, and those lack of heals there. Clark is in no man's land. His sentry is like in a weird position now because he got juggled. Joe is going to pick up a couple of kills, and Feint is just strong-arming their way forward right now.
They're doing a good job with that. I mean, they're getting the frags that they need. I just got to point out, I am very impressed with Vclox's play. I've never seen the jetpack. I've seen it be used inside of invite level play, but I've never seen it used so effectively to cause so much harassment. And here we go, and the soldier actually decides, Nubby's going to decide just to back off here. The cart's rolling forward with just a scout on it, ×2. That's going to give a little bit of a chance, but here comes out the Uber charge. It's going straight in. Sprayer being chased, or sorry, that's Layla getting chased down. she's going to get taken out there. Super advantage in the favor of the defense, but the medic is getting caught inside the Sea House. Should go down. Nubby getting a nice frag there. And there's only 3 players left alive here for the defense, and so the mech's being traded out there, but Sprayer down for 17 as Layla is already back up. I mean, that, again, respawn advantages always for the offense. And we can see Proki's actually hiding inside of the Sea House. The Pyro's going to see him. He's going to go down. But this card is getting some good forward ground. But SDCK, they need to get more time off the clock in this 3rd point. But Nubby's still behind. He actually will go down. Nice reflect there. But it's really going to be a question of can SDCK defend this card right now on this 3rd point, because they need every second they can get off this 3rd point.
Credit winning a 1v1 there against middle on the cart. That's just going to buy some more time. And now Jackie Legs versus Joe. Joe landing some nice damage, but he is pretty weak, and there we go. Credit's going to clean him up. I feel that Uber on the defense there, it had the right idea. You know, try and go for the medic to make sure you retain the advantage. But the problem was there was 3 people in really good positions elsewhere on the map. One of them was a sniper, one of them was a scout, one of them was the demo. And I felt that Uber would have been better off cleaning up the people on the cart and then chasing the medic once you had the man advantage of, you know, 3-4 players. Kazarok's gone down there to Proki, so no sniper for the defense. It's going to be very difficult for them to try and block this cart. The sentry's trying, but Clark really can't wrangle, from behind the cart there. And it's going to be very difficult for them to try and block this. And the Ubers come in, and I think Fate are going to get this.
Yeah, they are. Oh my god, that sticky trap coming down just perfectly. The dumb man, he's not able to capture this. He thought he was going to be able to secure the cart, but he was still being flashed by the medic. He's going to go down. The mech's going to run to the cart, but that's Layla getting taken out. And the soldier behind, he's trying to do something, but Nubby will go down. But he did take down Kazarok, so maybe a little bit of a sniper advantage here for Proki if he gets back to the front line in time. But this cart is so far forward. I wonder if they're going to have someone sit down. They aren't running a heavy on defense, so that's going to slow it down. Mezzo on Spy right now. He's just actually standing by the cart. But again, SDCK, they're playing so passively in this 3rd point. I can't see how they're going to defend this.
No, I think Mezzo's gone Spy just to try and stop the cart there, but he was just a little bit too slow in actually being able to block the 3rd point going down. So we've just got under 4 minutes there. For them to capture. Oh, then Nubby, big play from Nubby. He takes down Clark while he's carrying the sentry. Snot is Angie down, but there is no sentry on last for them to deal with. Sprayer does have an Uber advantage. It's fairly meaty. We're talking like 30-40% here, but is it going to be enough? They have less numbers, and Feint are getting some good card time here, and you know they've got a lot of opportunities. They've got at least 2 or 3 Uber pushes, and Kazarok! Layla goes down. That may be enough time for them to buy a little bit of space, but still so much time for Feint to work with right now.
But look at Spare, he just was forced to use his Uber. Actually, it's going to be Jackie Legs, or sorry, Joe getting taken down there, trying to make a play. And so the Uber advantage at least is going to be mostly even here as Layla gets back up. That's a nice force coming off there from Feint Gaming. The cart's a little bit past the main area as Nubby's coming in. He's going to take down that sentry gun though. Wow, he got headshot just as he's rounding that corner. And so Clark's already going to have a level 1 going back up again as, oh my goodness, Kazarok taking down Joe here. And so that's going to be slowing down this push that much more. And wow, Ed is a 5th headshot. Is actually, yeah, he's going to be taking him down. And right now, the defense looking very strong for SDCK. 2 minutes almost already off the clock here. And this is looking very good. We'll see if they can continue this defense, because currently Feint Gaming has done nothing so far in this final point.
Right now, it's all going to be about the Uber exchanges or what they decide to do. Are Feint going to go in and just Uber in, or are they going to try and get an exchange? And this is what happens. They've dropped Joe, they've dropped Nubby, they've dropped Poker. Layla has used her Uber. She may get chased out here. She's extremely weak, alone, running away underneath. Mezzo is on the chase. Can he manage to get anything done? No, Nubby is going to come to her rescue. But that was such an awful situation. I was just going to say to myself, like, do they want to go for suicides? They want to send the soldier, the demos, you know, people going in to try and get the force and then use the Uber advantage, or go for an exchange and hope something goes down. But this is what they're trying to do now. Joe and Nubby not really getting anything done. It's only going to work if you manage to keep those players alive during an Uber. And they're just buying time here. Clark has got a level 3 up. He's got a dispenser blocking the stairs. You know, there isn't a spy on the attacker anyway. Proki has a bit of a space now that Kazarok has been headshot. But SDCK looking very, very strong. It's going to take a big play from someone, or some great teamwork from Feint to get something done here.
Yeah, they're going to try to do this. I mean, the problem before with Feint Gaming is they were sending in players one by one, and they weren't getting much done with it. The Pyro going down pretty low. Clark goes down as well as Kazarok, so no sniper, no engineer here. And the level 3 Cinch Gun is still alive, but just poking it a little bit. It will take it out, but the Spy coming in takes down the medic. And Layla, oh my gosh, just 2 players left alive here for the offense. The Cinch Gun surely will go down here. The cart's going to be pushed forward, but only a minute left on the clock. And every time Faint Gaming feels like they're getting a foothold inside of the cliff, they just keep falling back down. But we'll see what they can do. Nubby very far forward, but he's down to half HP already. But a nice shot there, taking down Jackie Legs. And so no demo in here for the defense and tiles, but the Pyro's already back up there using that jetpack to get that forward ground.
Yeah, it just feels like Faint are getting a decent pick here or there, but they're committing so many resources to it that they're costing themselves most of their team in order to get it done. And once again, we see them, they managed to get the sentry down, they managed to get Yahoo, but it's cost them 4 players. And the respawns are faster, but they're not that good. Credu's on a 6 kill streak right now, reprising his heavy role that we saw him playing at LAN. And he's a runner-up at LAN at playing the heavy class, so he knows his way around a minigun, and it looks like it to be working. 8 seconds, it's not going to be enough time. Vclox is trying to swarm the point right now. Maybe it is if they manage to get everybody on there and get it into the time, but no, Credu and Yahoo just combining. And we were saying SDCK's pushing at the time there wasn't great, like 9 minutes odd, but defensively they just look so much stronger. And Faint, they seem to run out of ideas towards the end.
Well, that's the thing, is that Faint Gaming, they had a really solid time. They put up what? They had about a 6-minute time, about 5:45 through the first 3 points, and that's pretty solid. That is definitely not slow, but when it came to the end there, it kind of kept going like, all right, well, let's suicide like 1 player at a time for the medic. Okay, that didn't work. All right. Well, maybe we should suicide a player, but if we suicide a player 1 at a time, maybe it'll work. All right, guys, hear me out. That didn't work the last 2 times, but maybe if we suicide a player 1 at a time, it'll work this time. And unsurprisingly, they just couldn't get the individual players to make plays, and they also couldn't get the fluid pushes together either. Like, if they just had a 7-man push up into tiles, I feel like they might have been able to take that point, but they just kept trying to make Superman plays, and it just wasn't working out for them. And taking a look here at the logs, Credu is looking amazing. 33 frags on Scout, as well as with a little bit from Heavy, as Nubby also we were talking about him a bunch, as he had 24 frags on Soldier, but it's a little bit surprising, when you see a Scout doing so well on a payload map, but yeah, I mean, that's also impressive in its own way.
Yeah, I mean, what you were saying there, talking about the call being let's suicide 1 at a time, I don't think there was obviously you're being
I mean, facetious, yes.
Facetious, yes. But I feel like it was just people making individual plays. You know what I mean? And we see that, Nubby getting some good stats, getting great damage. But if it had been more coordinated, maybe if the jetpack had gone in, maybe if the soldier had gone in, and if they'd all done that at the same time, if that was that kind of chilled out, hey, let's do it together, and maybe that would have worked. But it didn't, and Credu top fragging there, just on the defense, doing so well, just taking people on the car. He has no fear in just taking a 1v1 with any class, anybody on the car, and just going for it. And then just on the last point, picking up the minigun, being comfortable to play heavy in that role, and just knowing what to do. Proki there doing very well, 22 kills, only 14 deaths, so he was getting a lot of snipes, and you just think, what if Faint had played around Proki a little bit more? What if when he got a pick on the sniper, they gave him a little bit more space? Maybe he can get another headshot, maybe he can get down the medic, the demo, something like that, and work off that, rather than just letting him snipe by himself and everyone else off doing their own thing. And if we go back to what you said at the start of the show, Faint being pretty much the dominant team in RGL over the past couple of seasons, winning, I think it was the tournament, the kind of, I'm not sure what it was called, the One Day Cup. The One Day Cup, thank you. Winning the One Day Cup against sort of an Ascent Sevens team, which everyone was surprised about because it was, it's Ascent. They have these top Prem Sixes gamers, and then winning the first 2 seasons of RGL. I would pose the question: have they been challenged yet? Have they really faced a team of a caliber of their level. And SDCK, these players have been around and played together for a long, long time. These two teams played against each other in Highlander in the last Prem season. These two sides played against each other in the most recent UGC Premium season. Both of those times, SDCK were victorious there. And it does raise the question, now that there are these teams coming in, like Feint have to step it up a gear. They have to kind of think of some new strategies, because obviously the ones that they've been relying on aren't working. And we're going on to Product, which, is of course the map that SDCK beat them on in the regular season. So it's an uphill battle for them, but they have to show their credentials as title winners and come back from this.
Well, I think that's the thing I would say about Feint Gaming is that they maybe are too reliant. Maybe they just weren't contested enough. I mean, they were pretty definitively, the best team who is playing inside of Prolander for the first couple seasons and inside of the Cup. Like, they never really were contested, as you mentioned, but I think one of the reasons they weren't contested is because people just didn't have the DM levels maybe to compete with them, consistently. And so finally you come up to SDCK and, well, they are a class act. Like, every single player is stepping up for the team. And so it's like, you no longer can just rely on just being better. Right? Like, you can no longer just rely on the fact that, like, if I get into 1v1, I'm going to win it, 67% of the time. You have to rely on, you're now running a team where it's a 50-50 or 60-40, and you need to now win off of team play, not off of individual play. And it's kind of like one of those things that if you look at the frags, generally, whenever you look at the frags for the offense versus the defense is always going to have more frags in a payload map. And inside of that map, when SDCK was on defense, they only had about 10 more frags, right? So SDCK only had about 10 more frags, Feint Gaming only had 10 more frags than SDCK. On SDCK's defense, they had almost 30, they had over 30 more frags. So they killed Feint Gaming 30 more players, and on Feint Gaming's defense, they only killed 10 more players. So this shows you, like, Feint Gaming, like, they're obviously good. They're handling themselves well against SDCK on offense and whatnot. But when it comes to their offense, when Feint Gaming's trying to push, they're just not able to do it. Their individual plays aren't working anymore. They need to be working together as a team, And if they're able to do that, they're absolutely able to do something here. But then again, we're also moving on to Koth. The next two maps, if they did do it, they'd have to run the next two maps. They're going to have to win on Koth, which is a little bit more of a DM battle, but I think that's the big thing here is that I think that Feint Gaming, if they don't play together as a team, they're just not going to have a chance to win this because SDCK is showing themselves just as good in terms of DM and probably a little bit better in terms of team play.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, we've got two sides here who, like I've said, when it comes to Sevens, Highlander, no matter what the league or the game mode, these people have played together a lot over the past couple of years. There is that synergy there amongst both sides. And you do see these teams, you do have to be at your best. You have to be at your best, not just individually, but with the play, the kind of chemistry between all of these players. And it's going to be, it's an uphill battle, I'd say, for Feint right now. I mean, coming into the game, you would say coming into the season, they would have been considered favorites, but coming into this final, having been the second seed and SDCK showing their credentials this season, Feint definitely have a lot of work to do. And I'm just going to think, are they going to mix things up a little bit here? We've seen them do some great things on Product before, but I'll be interested to see the classes. And it does look like it's going to be the same as they've had pretty much the entire time. Middle on Scout, Nubby on Soldier, V-Clock still on Pyro, Joe on Demo, Poker on Heavy, Layla on Medic, and Proki on the Sniper. But Mezzo is going to be playing Spy for SDCK. Jackie Legs is going to be Soldier with Clark on the Demo. And the first pick is going to go to Kazarok with Joe going down.
Nubby going down as well, and so with those two, this 5 or 7v5 fight, we surely should see SDCK pushing forward here as they do control this concrete side. Here comes in the bomb in, but completely rejected by the Heavy. But that doesn't stop SDCK from walking across the point. They do have the times to be ready to go here. Come down with it in a pretty decisive mid-fight right there.
It's now about Feint having to get their brains working. You don't have the point. What are you going to do? And like I said, are you going to work? Are you going to play around Proki? No, they're not, because Mez is going to get a free stab on him, and just take him down. And Kazarok, he's starting to pop off here. Uncontested by the Sniper, is able to get the sniper onto Joe, and this is where you have to worry for Feint. Are they going to crumble here? Are they going to start to just feed people? Are they going to get frustrated? Or are they going to galvanize and try to get things done? They've got 3 picks now. They still have equal Ubers. Are they going to be able to go forward? Joe is charging forward here without the heals. Nubby goes for a big bomb, but it's going to be Yahoo on the heavy who's just going to deny that. Uber's exchanged on the point, and I think this may be an advantage of Feint.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way, but the spy play is decloaking behind the point. I think he was spotted out there, as we see Clark still behind Feint Gaming right now. Surely he's going to be taken out here. Is he gonna get? He's gonna get out from concrete. How did Clark get out from that situation? What the heck just happened there? As you see the scout putting a lot of good time. Here comes the spy play, takes down Roki, and that is just gonna make Feint Gaming start to melt. The aggression coming out from SDCK. They only have a player advantage right now, but they have the sniper advantage, and that's much more important. And so you can see here just the aggression coming out from the position of Kazarak. Here comes the bomb in from Nubby. Just makes the medic sprayer surf around. They're going down to 90 HP, but able to easily keep his life. But I mean, this is the one advantage that you have is SDCK is running a second pick class. That allows him to focus the enemy sniper. That allows your sniper to do that much more. And Mezzo's been doing a really good job focusing down Proki early on here. As the Uber chart comes out, but they drop one early on.
But you see what SDCK are doing. I'll come back to that in a minute as Nubby jumps onto the cliff there. He's going to try and chase the medic, but there we go. That man I was just about to talk to, Credu. Credu is playing in with the combo, whereas Middle is playing more of a flanking scout and trying to go for picks on the flank. Because, like you said, there is two pick classes on SDCK. Credu is playing as a combo play. He's getting these heals. He's able to protect his medic that much better and able to chase with these Ubers, which he's going to try to. Now, is he going to be able to get any more frags here? He takes down Middle. He's going to be onto Joe now. He's not afraid. He's going to go in, not landing too much damage, and doesn't get the kill in the end. But the fact that you do have a demo, a heavy and a scout in that combo, you have that protective power for your medic, but you also have the chasing power as well. And Joe's gone down there. Sprayer is dead, and this is the opportunity to Feint to maybe recap this and clean up. They do have the Uber, and they're going to use it. I'm not sure if that was really necessary there, but I suppose they still will have basically equal Ubers here.
Yeah, no huge downside is they're going to clean up a little bit more here, but Feint Gaming finally kind of getting it together. But they are currently sitting at, what about a minute and a half point time limit disad, and so that's going to work against them. We'll see how long they can hold on to this. As you said, they're about even Ubers because they use that Uber a little bit aggressively. Mezzo's going to start cloaking in across the point here. Finally, is Poker actually goes down here, so no heavy to try to defend this point, and that's going to be a big thing. And look at this demo man, Clark just walking forward on the far right-hand side, completely uncontested, and Feint Gaming had everybody playing far back inside of pocketed. That just allowed SDCK to walk forward. They had no one to stop them from being able just to walk across the point. Nobody playing connector, nothing like that. And Feint Gaming's need to adjust here as they have to do another push out. They have the Uber ad for about 10%, but I don't know. Here we go. We'll see what they can do.
Yeah, it's 20 seconds, and there we go. A much later pop there. It's only popped. Spray didn't really get forced. He just wanted to keep Credu alive, and Credu is just going to be on the chase there. Can he take any more plays down? Jackie Legs launching forward. It's just a slaughter here. V-Clocks is holding that mouse one button. Can he get anything done? No, he died. Only casualty there is Jackie Legs as they essentially wipe them, and as we tick down to 0 on the clock, they're not going to have any players getting there in time. First round will go to SDCK, and they just look more galvanized. They just look better playing as a unit, and I think Feint need to kind of not necessarily change classes here, but need to just amend the way that they're playing, because at the moment with a Pyro, you either need the Pyro to be tanked with the medic or the scout. Someone needs to make an opening, and at the moment Nubby's not been able to do that by himself. Yeah,
I don't even know if the Pyro play is really working out well here. I might, maybe think about switching him off as Proki goes down. Clark gets everybody down so low. Layla's going to have to be forced to back off, grab the med pack, as SDCK is going to actually come down at this point. It's even player count right now, but actually they're going to try to re-engage. They do pick up one more, so Feint Gaming might actually go for this. It's just Credu forward for his team, but will it be enough? The heavy's combining as they're doing this. Nubby's going to jump forward, and that's going to force Credu to actually have to turn around. He's going to drop down awkwardly. He probably could have held high ground there, and Old Sprayer, he gets the kill onto the enemy medic using the arrows, but this mid-fight's still going on here. Here comes in the soldier, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Feint Gaming is going to finally lose this mid-fight, as Proki surely is going to go down. The Demland's going to have to run out. He's going to get traded out there, as I enjoy the spy crabbing after every frag coming out there from Mezzo, and this is SDK's point. And so, but a better mid-fight there coming out of Feint Gaming. They're not showing themselves to be pushovers.
No, they're definitely fighting there, and Mezzo maybe just trying to get under their skin. Does play actually on the ETF2L team with most of the Faint Gaming players. So maybe just trying to get in their minds and just a little bit of cheeky spy grabbing here and there. But Layla does have the Uber advantage. She's about 20% ahead of Sprayer right now. Clark and Jackie Legs both gone down. No spam. It's maybe easy for them to get some cap time here. Yahoo is onto the Pyro now, and it's not going to work very well as they lose everybody except for Kazarok and Sprayer. So those two staying alive. Faint are going to capture this after only about 30 seconds on the clock for SDCK. So a much better repush out of them there. And maybe, yeah, we go Yahoo respawning on the Heavy, deciding that is the class he's going to be playing on this map.
We'll see what Faint Gaming can do. They're actually rotating. They were playing Pocket, now they're playing behind the Rock, but the Delman Heavy gets his head taken off very early on inside of the fight. The Supercharge is going to be used onto the Delman here, chasing forward. They do take down Clark, so no Delman Man here for the red side, but are they going to get much else with it? The Heavy's up on Cliff, does spot him out. Actually, this is very close for for Joe. He's going to be able to escape with his life, 13 HP, as Nubby and V-Clocks take down Kazarok, and so they do hold on to this, and this is going to be the first lead in the favor of Faint Gaming, as Credu going down very low, about 1 HP there, as this is looking good for Faint, but here comes out the Ubercharge for the SDCK.
Yeah, they're just trying to pick off the players around the point, take down Poker, take down Proki and Nubby as well. They can maybe get a little bit more aggressive here. Jackie Legs is on the flank, trying to get some damage up to middle, actually juggles him up there, misses the air shot though. But it's good enough for them to retake the point. They are now in control, about 40% behind in the Uber, but hey, if you manage to take down a few players, send them to the respawn queue, and can take control of the point, that's pretty good. And Jackie Legs is going to go in for the bomb here. Big damage, takes down Layla with the rocket, gets destroyed by Proki in the end, but he's going to be happy with that as Mezzo gets 2 stabs onto the demo and to the sniper. Nubby tries to go in for a play, and he gets taken down, as does Middle, and Poker, and V-Clogs. The only player alive right now is Layla, and she was the first to die in that chaotic turn of events, and that is what it's all about, Sergey. That's all. You have a player who can pull off something like that, and SDCK once again are in the driving seat.
Yeah, they're looking really, really strong right now as time is now ticking in their favor. They also have the Uber advantage as well. Looks like we're going to see a push here from the Concrete side, as Joe's going to go down very early, unsupported by his team. Now he's going to take a 1v1 against the Soldier inside of grass. He should come down with this fight, as Mezzo behind. He did take down Layla, the Spy, coming out so big as he takes down the Sniper as well. But Faint Gaming, they have the forward ground, but the Spy, actually Mezzo, he should see how low the Heavy is. He's going to get the frag onto him as well as one more onto the Pyro. But look at, there you go, Faint Gaming coming down with the point, but they have no Uber. A lot of their players are down. Surely they cannot hold on to this.
I mean, it's all about capping and making sure you have... Oh, Sprayer actually gets forced there. Gets forced there by like a straight rocket, and he's going to go on the chase with Credu. I'm not sure if Credu's going to be able to get much done, though. He's being outmanned, outgunned, and doesn't manage to get any more frags there. So they are behind in the Uber stakes right now. They do get the point, and V-Clox has gone down there to Clark, so that's pretty big. Jackie Legs going in for a bomb, but it's not going to get anything done. So SDCK have to be careful. Clark's going in for a bomb now. Everyone just going forward, and they actually take down Layla. Mezzo is the one who gets credit for the kill with the revolver, and they're just launching bodies forward, knowing that they're a disad, trying to take down Layla there.
And I mean, it's working out so far for them. Oh, Kazarok taking down the demo, and they might have had a chance to push this, but not enough there, as both the demo and Pyro for Faint Gaming get traded out there. 40 seconds left in the clock in the favor of SDCK. As a scout running across the point, he will take down Kazarok, and that actually might be a worthwhile trade, as Proki now can peek very aggressively, not having to worry about the enemy sniper in his sight line. But with the Soldier here pushing onto the enemy medic, Layla has to surf out here to keep herself alive. The point only half captured, as we get into a little bit of a server stutter there, but how can Faint Gaming push this? It looks like they're going to try just to go straight across the point.
Yeah, I mean, less than 10 seconds here for SDCK. They're in a situation here where they can just play the odds, get the force out of Layla, and then just repush with their ad, and as long as they manage to take down a few players and recapture the point, that could be round over for them, and that's one step forward to that title. Jackie Legs is going to be the one for the bomb. It's actually a bit of a distraction, goes behind into Connector. He's going to jump even further behind now. Layla does have her Uber, but Sprayer, only at 70%. Mezzo's not getting anything done here, and SDCK just, I dare say, wasting a bit of time here.
Yeah, but they have at least some time to waste. 50 seconds left on the clock, but Jackie Legs goes down, and so that's 2 players down. Here comes the Uber charge, and I have no idea why that was used. Maybe they were trying to catch the enemy medic out. Sprayer was maybe close by, but they just dropped 2 players. They dropped Dro, they're going to drop Nubby, and that's the round right there. That Uber charge use completely lost in this round.
Yeah, like I said, SDCK just need to go for the force, use their Uber, get a few kills, which they've done now, and capture the point. And there's 5 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be very difficult for Feint to get anywhere close to the point, let alone capture it in the next 2 seconds, and they can't. And that was a very strange pop. I mean, I'm with you. There was nobody. It doesn't seem like anybody on Feint was weak. So not like they were trying to save the demo or someone like that. It was just a pop when Sprayer was nowhere in sight. And like you said, that cost them the round there.
All right, CJ, before you look at the logs, I'm gonna give you one guess who top fragged that round.
Who top fragged that round?
Top fragged.
I'm gonna go with Kazarok, the sniper.
Mezzo with 19. He had almost twice the amount of frags as Kazarok.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that is. I mean, people underestimate how good a spy can be, especially in a Koth map. But Mezzo is just so uncontested. He was doing so much work, and you kind of would expect Kazarok to be doing even more work because so consistently. He actually had so of his 19 frags, 7 of those 19 were on the enemy sniper. Like, Pokey is got to be so frustrated right now. 33% of the frags from the spy is on the enemy sniper, and Kazarok still isn't even capitalizing that much off of it. His frags are pretty average, kind of in line with Proki, but they're really going to need to figure out how to deal with Mezzo right now. I don't know if they need to run their own spy to try to get their own frags, but Feint Gaming definitely need to step it up and stop letting Mezzo go off onto them.
Definitely. They need the picks. They need the picks. And there we go. Proki's managed to get a pick onto Clark there, but it's cost them Poker and Joe, and Nubby's also gone down there. And this is what I seem to be seeing a lot. Nubby jumping in behind, trying to be a bit of a distraction. Proki manages to get a pick onto somebody, but then in order they just lose the DM. They just lose the DM battle. They lose a couple of players. Everyone else charges forward and dies and feeds in. And Layla's gone down there to Credu. I just feel the way that SDCK are playing right now, with the double pick classes, there's opportunities for them to get insta-kills all over the shop. You know, Kazarok and Mezzo can insta-kill anyone who comes into sort of their realm of territory. And with Credu on the pocket, with Yahoo and Clark on the demo, Kazarok hits down Layla. It just feels like it's all falling apart for Feint right now. They don't have an answer to this combo play from SDCK.
And I really don't. And I don't know what they need to do to deal with this. Actually getting... Oh my god, Jackie Legs gets the better of that Scout v Soldier fight inside of the concrete area. Currently it's a 5v5 fight, but what are they going to be able to do with this? I guess it's just one of the spies down. And actually, Layla eating a pipe there. The Heavy's going to go down as well. Clark getting out some nice pipes. And so they're going to probably be able to hold on to this point very comfortably right now. As we can see, Kazarok winning that sniper SVS, taking down Proki, and that's going to allow them to push across the point comfortably.
What do you think Feint need to do here? What's their plan of action? Because they don't have an Uber, they don't have the point, and nothing they've done so far seems to be working. How do they get into this round?
I mean, honestly, right now, I think they need to stop. The biggest thing is I think they need to get out of the mentality of trying to make individual plays. That's what did them inside of the last round of Upward. As we can see SDCK just had a terrible push. I have no idea what they were going for, but they just gifted that to Feint Gaming. They kind of pushed forward. They didn't secure any frags right there. And then Feint Gaming I would say they collapsed on them, but like Feint Gaming was literally surrounding them. Like SDCK pushed forward and didn't get a single frag in the process, despite no Uber being out there for Feint Gaming. So they will come down with this. But what I would like to see out of Feint Gaming is I want to see them, 1, not die to Mezzo. 2, they need to stop suiciding their life away when they control the point. They're doing that a lot. It's not worthwhile. They're getting on bad respawn waves. 2, they got to play a little bit more aggressive, though, to not let SDCK push across the point. And I would love to see Nubby being a little bit safer in his playstyle. I know that Jackie Legs and Nubby have been kind of playing similar, where they both are kind of playing suiciding soldiers, but the thing is that Feint Gaming, they're dying with too many players as Layla goes down. Kazarok getting a headshot out there, and Feint Gaming, every time it feels like they're doing something well, Layla is just dying or somebody's just dying. Too many players are going down, but at least they do have players up, so they will have a chance to defend this.
I feel like right now, when something goes wrong for SDCK, there is the opportunity for an individual play to come out from somebody. Mezzo gets a big pack stab, Jackie gets a med pick, Kazarok hits, a couple of headshots. Whereas I feel on the other side of it, Feint are relying on those individual plays to get stuff done. They don't have a plan B right now. And as Nubby goes in, tries to go in for the bomb, does get the force onto Spray, goes down to 20 HP before using, but they're going to be on the chase here. Layla surely going to get caught out there by Credu, and SDK back into the driving seat here in control of the point. They are at a number disadvantage here. Middle actually comes from behind, managed to take down Sprayer and Credu, so Feint not looking too bad on this round so far.
Yeah, this got to be careful. So they got the medic back up before that capture time went down, so she won't get put onto that long respawn. Already get back to the front line here. So it's we'll see what SDCK can do, but this is looking pretty decent. I mean, the big thing here is that I think Feint Gaming is not overextending when they are controlling the point. They're doing a better job at not suiciding players at the wrong times, which I feel like is what Nubby was doing a lot with his soldier play. And so they do lose Joe though very early on. Kazarok, he's also getting like headshots, but it feels like he's getting headshots at the right times and on the right people. Even though he's not getting a ton, it feels like he's just doing it when it needs to be done. And Layla goes down again. I didn't even see the body shot from Kazarok. And this is just looking like disaster right now for Feint Gaming.
Yeah, I just feel that it's getting a bit chaotic now, and I feel there should be an advantage to Feint. I feel like the players that they have would enjoy the chaos and be able to pick up, a lot of the stuff going on. But at the moment, I mean, they are in the lead now in this round by about 20 seconds. But SDCK are just calm and collected. They're waiting for those suicides coming in. They're getting a lot of picks onto Joe. I feel that Kazarok is focusing him pretty hard. And then they just know that VCOX is going to run across the point and Nubby's going to jump in, and they're waiting for it. Yahoo is just being that anti-aircraft gun, just expecting them to come in.
Yeah,
and once
like
they've got those picks, just like that. And now they have an advantage for the upcoming fight.
And here comes in Mezzo, isn't able to get it, but that distraction allowed the soldier to jump in. Layla going down so incredibly low, but here comes out the Ubercharge. Is SDCK able to get anything with it? They are getting the frags. They're going to be able to do just enough. Layla already back in spawn, but the soldier chasing, and that is going to be it, as Jackie Legs is going to take down Layla. And the lead is going to continue in the favor of SDCK, but Nubby, again, I just don't get his bombs. I just don't get it. I understand what he's going for, but they're being shot down, every single time. I think he needs to play either, maybe a pocket soldier, play a little bit more concrete, but the suiciding across the point, going down to, 25% health is just not helping anybody right now. It's not creating a distraction, because to create a distraction, you have to stay alive, and he's not able to do that. But here we go. Feint Gaming, 3 players left alive. They're not going to be able to do this, as this is going to be a third round in the favor of SDCK, and this is match point for the grand finals.
This is the kind of uphill task you have. This is the moment of, are we good enough to do this? They're a map down, they're 3 rounds down in a first to 4. Feint have to win every single. I mean, they get the first pick there. Proki managed to get something done, but Kazarok responds in kind, taking down Joe. It's all going to be about whether Feint can work out how to break down this team and keep their med alive. And, I don't know, get some more focus onto Kazarok, perhaps. They are getting some good cap time here. They're getting some good pressure on the SDCK players, and a lot of them have gone down. But there we go. Mezzo with a double backstab is going to just open things up. Clark, the last remaining survivor, and Feint win the mid fight here, Sikafu, but is it going to be enough for them to get back into this game?
Well, they also did run an engineer now onto this midpoint, so that'll help. They can maybe have a little bit of ground covered that can stop Redu from being able to push across the point so freely. But the more important thing, I think, in some ways, is the teleporter. That's going to allow them to suicide when they do their suicides, when they do die at bad times. That'll help even it out a little bit more, as Jackie Lake's going for a bomb in onto the medic, easily gets cleaned up there. So this should, I'm kind of curious to see if this engineer play is going to work out for them. I think also a spy play could work out well for them, just because of how good Kazarok's being right now, as he once again wins the sniper SBS against Proki. And so now you have no other pick class to be able to do with him. Nubby is going to jump around, going up onto the enemy China. The big thing is he needs to keep his life here, but nope, he easily gets taken down right there. But he did take down Kazarok, so this is Feint Gaming can't play passive right now. There's no sniper up, there's no reason to be playing too passive to let SDCK get ground.
Yeah, and actually this Uber comes in and they're losing a lot of players. Spryer, only at 69%, is having to back off, being chased by middle all the way to the spawn, as is Joe. And this is either going to get a med pick or it's going to be a feed, but no, Kazarok with the SMG is going to protect his medic. And Joe with a 17-second respawn is going to be there for a long time, and now an Uber advantage for Sprayer. But I feel like this is the best we've seen Feint so far.
Yeah, Nubby is pushing him completely alone onto the enemy cliff, and what happened? Well, he's down for 17 seconds as well. He decided, hey, if you feed, I'll feed too. It's kind of a cute play, I guess, as Layla did get taken down there as well while I was talking from Jackie Legs jumping across the point. SDCK will come down with the point, but they are about a minute and a half behind, so this is probably the best position we've seen Faint Gaming. Joe's going to get traded out there once again, running in by himself. And we'll see what they can do. Here comes in Nubby, alone. Does he get it? He got it! He got it, the Market Gardener! Oh my goodness! It finally paid off for him as he got the Market Gardener kill onto Sprayer. And so, I think that's the first time I saw his suicide actually go in and get the medic pick. And so, good on him. We'll see what they can do with this.
Seems like Jackie is actually being part of the Ubers. The reason he got Layla down there was because he got a flash of that Uber to launch himself forward and get the rockets needed to take down Layla. So he's playing maybe a little bit more combo-centric when it comes to the Mezzo on the Pyro now. Jetpacks up onto the cliff in order to reflect Nubby. That's going to have to sting a little bit here. Feint are definitely going to recontrol this point now. But Mezzo mixing things up and just showing that he can, he's not just a spy man, he can play other classes too. But V-Clock sticking with his Engie, and maybe that's the sort of the thing that's changed here. Maybe that's what's causing a little bit of a problem for SDCK.
I mean, having the mini sentry does not allow you, it forces you to have to kill the sentry gun before you can get across the point, and only the soldier Delman can easily take down that gun, so it requires the Delman to focus something besides the combo to do something. Here comes in the bomb in, the sentry gun is going to get a little damage onto the soldier. Here comes in the pyro jetpack onto the mech. They probably know, he actually air blasted them away, and oh my goodness, Yahoo on the spy was right about to backstab Layla, but Joe was able to land a perfect pipe onto that, and only 2 players left alive here. As Feint Gaming, they're holding on to this, they're turning this game around. 40 seconds left in the clock, and these class changes might be exactly what they needed. I think they're playing a little bit smarter. They're getting the picks when they need it, but Feint Gaming looking very strong right now.
Seems so odd to see Yahoo on Spy and Mezzo on Pyro during that exchange there. Something that's totally alien. As Sprayer seems to have died about 2 or 3 times in the past 60 seconds. He gets sniped by Proki there, who's on a 7 kill streak now. And I have to say, this is going to be a round for Feint Gaming quite comfortably. They are getting back into this now. And Layla goes down there. I think that was a drop. Kazarok with the headshot makes the stats look a little bit worse for Layla. But yeah, I mean, running that engineer, just denying the easy aggression across the point from SDCK, and maybe it's time for, there we go, Mezzo's back on the spy now. Just go back to basics and try to work out what they can do in order to change this kind of adaptation that Feint has had towards SDCK's aggression.
Yeah, it seems to be working out, and this is what Prolander is all about, adapting and changing when it's not working out well for you, and it seems to be doing well for them right now, but V-Clocks goes down, Snow Engineer, this is 2-player advantage right now for SDCK, make that 3, and yeah, Proki's going to be running back out with his life. Layla is running back out to spawn. I said 3, but it was everybody. Everybody was dead right there. Proki, I don't know why he's forward. He's going to get taken out there very easily. Put himself on a 10-second respawn. And, wow. Oh, V-Clock's Joe going down as well. They're trying to push out from that cliffside, but they're just kind of trying to push forward. They do get out there, but Layla's got to be careful. This medpack was stolen by the soldier, as the Heavy did drop down a sandwich for her. But they did take back control of this cliff area, about even Ubers. Here comes a Nubby going the bomb across, going down to half HP in the process, and he's just going to go back out to his own side. Here comes in Jackie Legs going on over to the grass area, doing his own bomb, and he's going to get back out here. But Mezzo gets the stab onto Proki, using that spy class to create advantages for his team.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're in this situation where SDCK are in control. Ubers are exchanged on the point. It's much better for SDCK, and Yahoo on the Pyro now, his main. And he's just going to take down that sentry gun and back to protecting his medic. Critter and Jackie Legs go down though. The flank getting a bit too aggressive there. V-Clock's still on the engineer, and that's just denying SDCK from really playing on top of the point, having to play from behind the point. And as you can see, that's giving Feint a lot more ground to walk across it and get this spam across, and Joe is not being focused whatsoever, so Feint may be able to get the first cap of this round for themselves, but they do have about 1 minute and 20 seconds to make up here. SDCK in control of this round. Feint definitely have to pull off some good plays here and some big picks.
And SDCK is going to open up with a pick onto the sniper, make a demo man, and well, that's probably going to be the point, unless they pull off some miracle here. The engineer will be able to get a little bit of a defense up. Layla still holding forward. Here comes in Mezzo. He's going to go for a backstab onto Layla. Does get spotted out, but the point will go in the favor of SDCK. And the medic now alone against the spy. What is he able to do? The spy is going to get taken down there, actually from the mini-sentry. V-Clock should come up, if the gun's still up, he should come up with FJ. Get a little Frontier Justice action going on. We'll see if he's wise enough to do that, but we'll see what's going on here. Nubby also died right after they captured the point. I mean, again, they're losing players when they're controlling the point. Feint Gaming is, and that just absolutely cannot happen. Here comes out Deeper Charge from either side. Joe going back to the enemy China. We'll see how that works out for him, as Layla doing a good job flashing around, but two players go down early on here. That's a soldier as well, or so Deadman as well as a sniper. Make that one more as the heavy gets taken out. The soldier's trying to re-aggress through main, but he's getting stuffed by the heavy. Nubby onto the cliff is going to be able to get an arrow to sustain his life, and they're doing a great job here. Sprayer going down, and finally Feint Gaming looking very strong now in this round, in a good position, have Uber advantage, have the player advantage. What can they do here as they're down by about 2 minutes, or by about a minute?
Yeah, but, you know, Uber advantage in the hands of Layla. She's at 50%, and Spray's just respawned, only about 10. So right now, Feint just have to play it smart. They have to make sure they don't give any free caps away. They have to make sure they don't give any picks away. But there we go. Just look at this aggression from SDCK. They're just walking forward. They have no fear. They've lost their medic, but they've taken out 3 from Feint, and they have got the cap here. So it's not going to work out well for them in the long run, but in the short term, they've managed to regain the cap, and they're going to buy themselves more time. And Feint now have to regroup and fight again. They have a sniper to deal with. They have players in the way. And SDCK are just saying, hey, we don't care that you have Uber advantage, we're just going to pressure you and DM you. And now Feint, you know, back in this situation where they have to really fight for it tooth and nail.
And nope, Nubby going down again. They're going to come down with this point, but Nubby, hopefully if they don't capture this point right away, the heavy going for a flank play as well. He's going to take down Froki. Here comes in the bomb in from Jackie Legs, gets the force off as Layla going down to 10 HP. And this is a great play coming out from SDK and might secure them the championship right there. I think the big thing out of Feint Gaming is whenever they're playing condensed into one area, and that makes it really easy for SDCK to push in, because they only need to focus one area. They can focus all of their firepower in just to one side. You don't see a lot of pressing going out here. Nubby, though, off of Soldier, he's going to go for a different style pick last, and that's going to be Spy. And honestly, I think that's a good decision given how ineffective the Soldier has been a lot of the time. The Spy play might be a little bit uncontested here, but here we go out for this fight. Joe's going to try to do what he can.
Yeah, there's just so much aggression here coming out of SDCK. Credu doing the work, manages to take down a bunch of players, but it's Mezzo with the revolver who takes down Layla, and it's 10 seconds left on the clock. Sprayer has 100% Uber charge in the bank. Layla has just respawned. Feint have so much work to do. They have to get on this point, get rid of this Uber somehow. As the Uber is used by SDCK, they have to stand on the point here, otherwise it's going to be all over. They're getting juggled, they're getting slaughtered, and that is going to be all over. SDCK taking the second round in this second half, winning it 4-1 on Product and 2 maps to 0, Sigafu, and just retaining that unbeaten run throughout the season.
Yeah, and I mean, that stat line for anybody who's coming in here late sounds very decisive, but that upward match was very, very close. It easily could have gone in the favor of Feint Gaming, but at the end of the day, it seemed like Feint Gaming just weren't able to adjust their play style, to be a little bit more team-oriented than when, SDCK was. And SDCK, it seemed like their aggression, whenever they got aggressive, it generally felt like they were getting aggressive together at the right times. They were getting aggressive together. It only felt like maybe Jackie Legs was the one who was kind of making plays on himself. I guess Mezzo at the same time was also making plays, but let's take a look at these logs, as I'm kind of curious. But real quick before we take a look at these logs, if you guys are enjoying yourselves, don't forget to follow our channel to get notified when we go live. We have some North American games going on. We have the No Restrictions 6's Grand Finals Wednesday, and also if you have that extra Twitch Prime sub, if you like what we're doing, you want to help support our production crew, definitely toss out a sub to this channel. It does help us out to help fund our production as well as our prize pool. But let's take a look at these logs, and what are you seeing early on here, CJ, inside of them?
I'm seeing the snipers going toe-to-toe. Pro-Key putting up a decent fight for himself, and Kazarok just edging it out on kills and headshots and damage there, just by, a fairly small margin. But Credu, top fragging there, 23 kills in 16 minutes, 23 for 8, 16 assists as well, huge KAD. You take a look at the heals from Sprayer, He actually healed Sprayer the second most in his team, got 22% of the heals. The only person who got more was Yahoo, who was flicking between, the heavy and the pyro class there. When you compare that to Layla's heal spread, middle is second from bottom. Middle definitely playing that flank class role, whereas the majority of the heals from Layla was going on to Joe and Poker. And this is something I said in the first half. When you take a look at the way that Feint were playing, they were definitely playing in a way that they had a combo, and then they had people doing individual plays like Nubby, people like Middle playing on the flank and stuff like that. Whereas when you looked at SDCK, they just had a system. Clark playing demo, was able to rotate between the two classes on upward, but just playing solidly demo on this, and being that pocket with Yahoo on the heavy, and Credu playing inside the combo, getting so many heals, because in that way, when something comes in and tries to kill your medic, you've got a heavy able to shoot them out the sky, and you've got one of the best scouts in TF2 able to shoot them out the sky. Okay, you have that protection. But when you want to chase, hey, you've got Clark on demo and you've got Credu on scout who are able to chase and try and get the medic there. That combo was just solid. They were able to be defensive and offensive. And it was Kazarok and Mezzo, the two pick classes, who were basically the only ones on the team doing what they wanted. Jackie was going in for bombs and stuff like that, but I just feel that it was more the way that SDCK were playing with, Credu in the combo there, and Clark and Yahoo just being such a solid group of players alongside Sprayer. Feint really didn't have an answer for it. And, the VClocks NG, you can see VClocks near the bottom of the scoreboard, but the NG seemed to be getting him more kills. He got 7 kills on NG compared to just the 2 on Pyro in that second half. So maybe if they'd switched things up earlier, maybe that'd have worked. But definitely Credu is the one who stands out for me there.
Yeah, and just real quick, I think I agree with you there. I think Feint Gaming got just a little bit stuck in, and I think just haven't been challenged enough. I mean, it's the challenge is like with Prolander, if you're winning, you don't really need to switch off what you're doing. You don't really need to try new strategies or kind of new play styles. And, they finally met an opponent that really forced them to do that. And Feint Gaming kind of just seemed to kind of get stuck in with that. But with that, we're going to bring in a couple players here from the winning side. Let's bring in Clark as well as Jackie Legs. To come in here and join us for some interviews. They're currently muted right now, but congratulations, Clark and Jackie, for your winning championship game. Please don't kill our viewers' ears. Yeah.
Let's go.
But yeah, you guys had a great game there. I mean, you guys came in, as the undefeated, you guys came in only dropping rounds to Feint Gaming, but it looked really strong there at the start, in the first half. But then when Feint Gaming had that miracle defense in the first round, in the first half of that upward match, you guys seemed to kind of like, what was going through your mind right there when you had to regroup? You had 2 minutes left on the clock, but you were right on the edge of winning that round.
Well, we just stayed calm. We understood that we have a lot of time, and 1 minute for the last push is enough, as long as you push efficiently and as a team. So we just stayed calm. We made sure we built our Uber. We killed the sentry before we pushed in, and then we just calmly walk in and overpower them. So the key was staying calm. We never raged or anything. If someone did rage, we told him to shut up, and then we just won.
And so you guys actually kind of had an interesting thing on Upward. Actually, Clark and Jackie, you both guys were switching off. Clark was playing Demo Man on offense, and on defense, Jackie, you were playing Demo Man with Clark switching off to Engineer. What was the strategy behind your class selections in Payload?
Okay, the strategy is that Clark is an NG main, so on defense he plays NG, and because we need a demo is better than Soldier, so I play Soldier. I play Demo because I'm a projectile class, so I can play Demo as well. And I'm pretty good at Demo, so Clark is pretty good at NG, so then we win on defense. Very easy. Thank you.
My question would be clearly Clark's the better Demo Man, so why don't you just put Jackie on NG on defense?
No, that's true, Jackie. Why don't we do that?
I'm not sure. I'm not a very good NG. I don't play NG. I have 10 hours on this class, so I don't think I'll be very good on this. Also, CJ, welcome back from LAN. Congratulations on winning LAN. Just saying.
Yeah,
welcome back. What's up, buddy?
CJ.
Congrats, CJ.
Thank you. But this isn't about me. This is about you guys.
This is about me right now. But let me just say, I'm very happy. I won Sigafu. I think I've told you before. We've spoken in private. Told you what's gonna happen. I told you what's gonna happen. It happened. I'm here. I'm on the podium. Give me the trophy. Give me the check. Where's my check? Sorry. Okay. So,
You're never gonna get it. You're never.
Okay. No,
I'm just.
not.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
banning you.
Okay.
No. But I think what's interesting is that you guys didn't run. I guess. I think it's interesting that you guys chose not to run a soldier on defense. That's really unconventional to not run a soldier. So I guess, I mean, obviously your guys' class switching, I understand it because of what you're comfortable with, but I think it's interesting that you guys, I mean, guess what's the decision behind not running a soldier at all on defense?
Well, to be fair, Jackie kind of explained already. We thought that the setup with the demo and the sentry is much more solid. Because that way we can always defend from Ubers with a sentry and then just push back with Credo, who can just kill everything by himself because he's Credo. So that was kind of our strategy. We just defend solidly from Ubers with a demo, with a sentry, and with a pyro. And then when the Uber is faded on failure, we just push them back with Credo. So that was pretty much the whole strategy for up for defense.
That's fair. CJ, do you have any questions?
CJ's out of here.
CJ's gone.
Bound.
He's
Oh,
basking
he's
in the
here.
glory of his first place finish.
He's here. What's up, CJ? Ask me
Hi.
questions.
Ask me questions. No, I was just gonna say on products, like,
How am I
guys-
so good? Well, I can't really say. Can't really
well,
say.
I mean,
Keep going.
well, I don't know about that one, but just talking about like you guys, you and Clark, you stuck on the same classes. You had other people sort of switching mezzo with a couple of swaps there, and Yahoo was between two. But you guys played them in the regular season on this map. Did you feel it was going to be that comfortable for you on product? Did you, after winning upward, did you think, okay, now we're on product, this is going to be GG? Because it did seem for one point, at one point you could get a 4-0.
Yeah, it definitely felt like that because we have we play kind of scout heavy heals. We kind of keep the heals on our scout a lot, and he cleans up everything. Unlike their team, where they kind of have like a perma heavy. I think it hinders them, but I don't know. The fact that they have, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, on product, we knew for a fact we were gonna run Permo Spy in Metso because the plan was that Metso is not even going to go for any specific picks. He will just try to be really annoying and just make sure they always feel that Spy in their back. And that would make them play more passively or make mistakes. And then when they did that, we just pushed with Scradu to clean up, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much what me and SDCK were watching kind of happen in motion as the games went on. I don't actually have anything more specific to ask. I think we're good. I mean, obviously, you guys had a great game. Congratulations on becoming the season 3 champions, unseating Feint Gaming after their back-to-back winning seasons. I gotta imagine that feels pretty good. I mean, this is Clark. I'm not sure if you played it before, but what is your guys' thoughts on Prolander now that you guys have a season under your belt with it?
Jackie, unanswered?
Yeah. Should I be? You want full truth, Sigafy? You want the truth?
You can call it crap. I don't care.
You want the truth?
I'm just curious because you guys
listen,
are good.
You want the truth? Nothing but the truth. I'm gonna tell you it straight up. It's okay. It's not bad, brother. It's not bad. Like I came into this thinking, yeah, this is garbage. Everybody on TFTV downvoting you. I was like, yeah, this should be bad. But then, when you play it, it's okay, man. You think about the medals. You got pretty cool medals. You got to think about like the prize money. It's pretty good. Yeah. It's everything around. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I can speak for the entire team that we had a really fun season. Like we didn't hate the game mode at all. We thought it was decent. Yeah.
We also kind of cool to what do you call this? Brainstorm new ideas for this game mode. You know what I mean? Like think about new compositions for classes and shit. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what the fun things. I mean that I think is interesting is that that you and Feint Gaming both had really close rounds, even in like the offense and defense of Upward, even more so, where you guys had very different play styles on your defensive and offensive, but each were successful in their own way. And I think that's what I think is kind of fun about the format is that you guys have the ability to brainstorm and be like, oh, I want to play this style, I want to use these classes, I want to run a Spy full time where the other team is not going to. And it's not necessarily that Spy full time is the best; it just works with your class composition. And I think that's in the way you choose to run your class composition. I think that is really fun to watch of your guys' game because we didn't see two cookie cutters come together, but two individual teams with individual styles and individual class choices coming together and really made a great game to watch. So thank you guys for that. So we can wrap this up here. Let's do some shout outs here. Let's start off with my boy Clark.
Shout out to SDCK, shout out to Sandwich, shout out to Copenhagen LAN, even though I wasn't there, I heard it was really awesome. So I'm hoping to get there next year. And shout out to you guys for casting, and shout out to you, Sigafu, for RGL.
Thank you. Jackie?
Yeah, first, biggest shout out to CJ, my man. Love you, dude. Then, biggest shout out to Clark. Love you as well. Shout out to my team, SDCK Credu, for enjoying this game mode. Sigafu, for you, brother. Brother, listen, I've told you this in private a lot of times. Keep doing you. You don't stop. You don't look forward. You keep looking forward, right? You don't look to the sides. You just keep going, and you're good, bro. You're good. Shout out to you, especially shout out to WeTooth right here, brother. I wanted for a great land. Great land, great production, and maybe you'll be hired for RGL land, you know? Oops. What?
Oops,
Shouldn't say that. Whoa, whoops. Highlander RGL, when? Sigafu, tell us the date. No, for real though.
Someday.
No, okay.
Yeah, you can
Sooner than later, brother. Sooner than later. That's
well,
it.
I will say this, is that if we ever did a Highlander EU, we need to do what happened in North America, where it needs to be like kind of really community driven, not driven by us. So
okay.
if we have like people who come together, like I didn't start off Highlander inside of North America for RGL.
Didn't you? Wow, that's crazy.
It was started by Exa and Demento and a bunch of other invite teams and stuff like that. So if you guys are genuinely interested, if you can kind of get a coalition of, a few people together, some people who want to do admin and stuff like that, and kind of get the footwork down of like, we know we can create a league in this area because we like what RGL is doing, and we want RGL to do what they do in other areas inside of RGL HL. Like, that's definitely a possibility, but we're not going to just go in and force something to happen.
Yeah, I
we want
understand,
the organic community to come to us and be like, yeah, we want this, here's kind of proof.
Just want to tell you something. Just want to tell you that you got the biggest, one of the biggest brains I've ever seen, brother. One of the biggest brains. You know why? Okay. No, never mind. Okay, so you're gonna pick. Shit, I don't know how to say it. You're really smart though, Sigafu. Okay, just so you know, I appreciate you.
My ego's enjoying this.
This is it. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, I wasn't sure if there was more, but I'll take that.
Yeah,
CJ, do you have anything you want to shout out?
No, just to everyone I met at LAN. Thanks for a great time. And to you guys for putting on a good show. I haven't casted Sevens in ages, so it's always nice to see like two good teams go head to head and put on a good show for everybody. So and obviously to you, Sigafu and Vihu, for having me along and doing all the production and stuff.
My boy Wheat, do you any shouts you want to give? Silence. All right, shout outs to LAN and whatever. I like it. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I am Sigafu. Congratulations again to SDCK for taking away the former reigning champions Feint Gaming title and earning it themselves with a clean 2-0 victory, or 2-map victory over Feint Gaming. SDCK, once again, our champions this season. I am Sigafu. Don't forget to check us out tonight. We have some Prolander action inside of North America happening at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then Wednesday, we're going to have the grand finals of No Restriction 6s. That is going to be Feint Gaming. I'm sorry, not Feint Gaming. I have the F on my mind. Froyotech versus Cat Noises, which I literally cannot wait for. I am so excited for that game. It is going to be just absolutely amazing if the first matchup between those two teams is any sort of indicator. So I think with that, don't forget to check us out, follow us, subscribe to us, whatever you need to do, help support RGL. I love you guys so much. Thanks again to CJ as well, Wheathoof, and once again, thanks to SDCK for a great match. And with that, we'll call it a night. Have a good rest of your night.